Hey everyone, my name is Alicia Lozoya. I'm a former foster youth, a longtime youth advocate, and someone who has spent nearly a decade working to improving systems for young people. Since 2017, I've been advocating for legislative and systematic change on behalf of foster youth for their rights, as well as unhoused youth. And I've also served in a number of roles that have involved working directly with youth as a mentor or as an advocate while they've been navigating some of the most vulnerable moments of their life. Asking for a friend matters to me because I understand how vulnerable the teenagers can be, especially when you're navigating systems, identity, mental health, or relationships without any kind of clear guidance. I've lived through the vulnerability myself, and along my journey in my career, I have supported hundreds of young people who were trying to make sense of their experiences while feeling alone and misunderstood. When young people have access to safe, judgment-free information, it gives them agency, and it helps them make informed decisions. It can help them feel less afraid, and it can truly change the direction of their lives. That's why AFAF resonates with me so deeply, because I know how much a difference it can make to get the right resource at the right time. I want to be the Youth Leadership Fellow because this role is perfectly in alignment with the work that I have been doing for years. I have been uplifting youth voice and co-designing solutions with young people, as well as making systems more accessible and equitable. In the past, I was able to create a youth-led democratic system within an STRTP program, which is a short-term residential treatment program, otherwise known as a group home for foster youth ages 12 to 18. I created that so the youth could advocate for themselves, but also for their peers. I have facilitated workshops and intervention curriculum for probation youth to help them complete their terms successfully. And I've also completed a research fellowship that was focused on improving outcomes in the extended foster care system by collaborating with young people, administrators, and local stakeholders. And since 2023, I've been supporting foster youth in extended foster care, ages 18 to 21, by advocating for them and mentoring them through their major life transitions. My entire career is centered around young people, and I'm passionate about continuing this work at a national level. I believe I'm the best person for this work because supporting young people isn't just something that I've done in my career. It's something that I have been committed to since I was younger. As a young person, I was in extended foster care and I was advocating at the legislative level for the very system that I was experiencing at that direct moment. Since 2017, I've been advocating for foster youth rights and pushing for real systematic change. I've always believed that the youth deserve to have a voice in systems that shape their lives, and I've spent years making sure that that happens. In the STRTP, I did not wait for permission. I created a youth-led democratic system so that young people could speak up about their treatment, their services, and their needs. I wanted them to have the power to advocate for themselves and for each other. I've worked with probation youth, helping them learn and build skills to complete their terms, and I've supported extended foster care youth through some of the hardest transition of their lives. And in every role, I've been there during the most vulnerable moments, not just as a worker, but someone who can understand what it feels like to not only need that support, but not know where to find it. So what makes me right for this fellowship is that I don't just support youth, I create opportunities for them. I build spaces where their voice matters and where they can lead and where they see themselves in solutions being created. That's the kind of energy and commitment that I would bring to asking for a friend. So excited to present to you guys my quiz. I was thinking of what's kind of a common thing that is impacting a lot of youth. And first thing that came to mind was body image. You know, um, this tool is designed to be a simple, youth-friendly, and non-judgmental check-in. It's called How Am I Feeling About My Body Lately? It asks questions like, what feelings came up when you think about your body? How do you feel after scrolling through social media? That's huge. We know that social media is impacting a lot of young people, especially with influencers and look maxing. There's this heightened pressure to look a certain way and to change your looks because they're not enough. But yeah, the goal isn't to diagnose anything. It's just to help young people tune into themselves, maybe notice patterns and understand themselves better. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.